Hi, and welcome back to my devlog for Untitled Golf Game, my simple arcade-like golf game. So, in my last devlog I said that I wouldn't worry about the look of the game yet, and it's somewhat true, I wasn't planning on doing it, but browsing the Unity asset store I came across this asset called RealToon that I just had to try. It looked promising, but I wasn't sure if I were ever going to use it in this project. However, as you may have seen in the thumbnail, I did! And this is what the game looks like now. As you can see, I've done a bit more than just adding the asset. One thing being that transition you just saw, which is still a work in progress. To be honest, this wasn't the look that I first envisioned, but yeah, I actually like it, it's cute. The look isn't finalized, but I think I might just stick with this cartoonish style. Now, don't worry, gameplay is still prioritized, I just wanted a quick break from coding. So what else is new? I've been hard at work trying to define things that visually strengthen my arcade-like vision. One thing that immediately came to mind was to emit small cloud puffs when shooting. I did a few iterations of this idea. I even had this sort of trail of clouds following the ball, but I soon came to my senses and decided against it. So, I decided to just add some cloud puffs when the player shoots hard enough, and not to make them follow the player too much, but rather stay in place. I give them a random rotation for some variation, move them on the y-axis ever so slightly and resize them, as well as modify their opacity to make them fade out. The amount of clouds is decided by the force you're applying to the ball, which I measure with a value between 0 and 10 depending on how far you drag your mouse. I think that 7 is a good value to start emitting these clouds. So, my simple solution is to just set the number of clouds based on the power. With this, a power value of 7 emits 7 clouds and a power value of 10 emits 10. The change is quite subtle, but I think it's varied enough. The cloud model is very temporary and will be changed in the future, but if you're interested, here it is in Blender. I basically made a quick cloud with Metaballs, converted it to a regular mesh and simplified it a bit. All of this is still a work in progress, but it's good enough for a prototype. If you have any other ideas suitable for an arcade golf game, I'd be happy to hear them. And, as you can see, there has been some changes made to the level, mainly the environment. Maybe unnecessary, but it just makes it more fun to test the game since I'm not a big fan of grey boxes. I'm not sure if anything of this will make it to an actual level in the game, I'm just sometimes taking breaks from Unity to learn Blender, which isn't a strength of mine. I've done a bit of cleaning up in the project and moved things around as well, made functions dynamic and reusable. Things probably not too interesting to include in a devlog, but things such as a dynamic event manager and a scene handler I can call from wherever needed. I've also started working on a few features I haven't had the time to finish yet, so I'll be showing those in a future devlog, including collectibles and having something happen when you actually reach the hole. I'll probably start looking into adding some game feel next week, as it feels a bit static right now. Some camera shake and particles, and maybe add some audio, for instance when the ball hits a wall. Just some basic game juice. This was just a short update on what's new. Again, any feedback, comments and critiques are always welcome. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.